Hi, I'm Melinda Torrison, the President and COO at Metter Staffing Services. We want to take this opportunity to really just have a conversation and to update all of you as to what is going on in the marketplace today. It's so interesting to look back, 15 to 16 months ago when the pandemic was declared, and it is like night and day as to what we have experienced in really such a short period of time. All of you remember and recall what we went through in those first few months of the pandemic, where just so much uncertainty. We saw incredible pivoting from, taking whole teams to remote, virtual, online learning was going on with schools. So it's really encouraging to be able to see so many of you who just had the flexibility and adaptability to be able to pivot and make huge changes in your company, your organization, the workplace, for you personally. And we just are so inspired by those of you, especially in HR and in leadership roles, that you really are the superheroes of this past year. We see you, we've heard from you, and so many, client seminars and the virtual coffee and conversations that we've hosted throughout the past year. And so really, job well done is what we want to say to each one of you. And thank you so much on behalf of all of us here at Metter Staffing Services for trusting us as your staffing partner, for trusting us for information, for looking to us to be a guide and a resource, and to bring information and expertise to hiring and just all things staffing and all things related to COVID that we continue to bring to you. So we are so thankful for each and every one of you. And really what we want to do today is to just share another message, to come to you and share what we're seeing, what we're hearing from our customer base. One of the beautiful things of being in the staffing industry is you're able to really, it's like having a drone and, going up into the sky and being able to see all things that are below. To be able to see what is happening within various industries and verticals and just geographic regions. So that's really what we want to share is what are we seeing right now as to, just kind of where we're waking up today and what's happening. So we want to share, of course, the big thing that everyone is talking about is the June 26th D-Day, when the federal unemployment will no longer be paid to those individuals in the state of Texas, the additional $300 per week. As far as the staffing industry is concerned, and we know this has impacted all of you greatly, it's so interesting to look back in March of 2021, actually when that third stimulus check and the federal unemployment was extended. That really was a significant time in the marketplace. And we really do attribute a big chunk of, the issues that we're dealing with today really can be looked back to the month of March 2021. That is where, those of us in the staffing industry, one of the numbers that we track on a regular basis is our cost per applicant. Literally across the nation, we saw that increase by 61%. Indeed, of course, is a job board that many of us use in staffing, and we know that many of you use that as well in your hiring. And they saw anywhere from a 30 to a 40% decrease in the number of people that were actually searching for jobs. So we've literally seen, I think the statistic for women that have literally left the workforce and that will not come back is 2.1 million because of childcare issues, the virtual online learning. It was interesting to see, this past year that not all states went back in person into school. And so that really attributed to, a number of women that were impacted that literally left the workforce. We do continue to see, just to give you an update, we do see ghosting on a regular basis. We don't know how long that is going to continue, but people who come to us who are interested in employment, interested in all of the jobs that we have been posting throughout our community and on our job boards. And in all the things, all the places, but we continue to see people interested coming to us. Then they'll ghost us for interviews, which of course we're interviewing in person now. And of course, continue to interview via Zoom. We onboard all of our employees that are going to work for our clients throughout the region. We onboard them physically in our offices. So we're just continuing to see ghosting and just a number of things that we never saw until, right now. And it's just a crazy, crazy world, a crazy market and time that we live in. It's interesting. We belong to the American Staffing Association. And one of the things that they really did well during 2020 and continue to do in 2021 is they brought all of us together, of course, through Zoom. And so we're able to sign up for networking groups where we get together with other staffing companies doing what we do in the verticals of industrial and placement and search, admin, clerical, the professional sector or space and engineering and on and on. And so we've never seen it look like it looks right now. We're literally across the nation. We are all speaking the same language, experiencing the same things. The number one issue right now that we believe is that we are in a national crisis with a labor shortage, and in particular, a skilled labor shortage. Is what we're talking about and looking at. So we could be sitting in Houston, Texas. We could be in Detroit, Michigan, Los Angeles, New York City. You could be in the Midwest, be it from Chicago to Indiana to somewhere in Florida. And literally everyone is saying the same thing, and how we were just immensely impacted through the additional federal unemployment, just the shifts and the changes that are taking place. Where do we go from here? And what recommendations can we give to you and kind of moving forward? Oh my goodness, where do we go from here and what are we hearing and seeing? We actually have been participating in a virtual conference this week and hearing from futurist speakers. What is the workforce going to look like? What is the makeup of an office going to look like? And, everything that we're hearing and seeing is hybrid is here to stay. We're seeing most small to mid-sized companies are in person, back in the office. A number of their positions cannot physically, work remote 100% of the time. We're seeing large corporations who are, going back to a hybrid type of model, really assessing each and every job description. What jobs can somebody maybe work 100% remote, which honestly, I think we've received one job in the last 15 months that is 100% remote. Everything else is either a hybrid, work remote, or, in person. Most of the positions that we're actually filling right now, 100% is physically in the office, in the warehouse, doing basically essential workers. So we are hearing that, companies are reassessing job descriptions. So in order to find talent, it's really been a wake-up call for us and probably you to look at a job description. And we're really seeing a huge shift and transition for jobs that used to require a 4-year college degree, a bachelor's degree. Companies are now assessing, why do you need a degree? They're reassessing the job and removing, that 4-year degree if it's really not a necessity anymore. We are seeing a huge sense of urgency. Those companies that are winning talent, especially those who work with the staffing companies such as Metter, it is sense of urgency. We can't stress enough that it looks completely different. When you're looking for individuals, there's no longer 20 resumes or, 20 plus candidates that you have to choose from. It is, typically 2 to 3, maybe 5, but, looking at those candidates, again, with this high sense of urgency and moving out quickly. If you take long with your interview process, say, for example, we've submitted a candidate to you. It takes 5 days to look at the candidate's resume to determine, do you want to interview? Then an interview process maybe takes a week longer. Those individuals have literally already received 3 to 4 job offers in that specific time frame. So high sense of urgency. You have to realize that the candidates that you're looking at, that you're really interested in, they really are having 3 to 5 additional job offers come through. So flexibility, adaptability, sense of urgency is definitely the name of the game. So just a few things that we wanted to update you on. We're going to continue coming to you with just various messages and hopefully continuing to bring forth data and information, analytics, and just an overview or insight as to what's happening in the industry. We appreciate you. We value you. Know that we are connected. That is what we have worked so hard to do, 53 years of being in business and doing this thing called staffing. But we have put all of our energy and motivation and intentionality into the last 12 to 15 months, where we are connected with probably 200 plus entities or organizations that we give our job postings to, that we come alongside. And it has just been such a blessing to have them funnel candidates to us. So that is really the people that are going to win, are those that are connected, that are a bridge. And that's what we long to be, is to be a bridge from the candidate, your new employee. We're just a vessel, a bridge. So hopefully those candidates make it over to you and become just a very valuable resource for you and your organization. So anything we can do for you here at Better Staffing Services, please reach out to us. And thank you again for trusting us to be your staffing partner. And most of all, really just trusting us to be a friend and a resource. We consider it a privilege and an honor. So we hope you have a blessed day. And we're so thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you.